Do you find it difficult to understand native English speakers? I'm gonna help you with your pronunciation and vocabulary in English. My name is Roger, and I'm your Canadian friend. Welcome here to another video. Let's start right now. Begin our video by liking and subscribing. This way you receive our videos first. Now, without further ado, let's dive in. Here you have a text to train your pronunciation and vocabulary, to practice your accent, to sound more like a native speaker. Now, the article. Improve your writing with inversion, Part 2. In last week's Everyday Grammar, we told you about a few kinds of inversion that are useful in academic writing, common in the TOEFL. But there are others. Today we'll talk about 3 more. In fact, I already used one kind in my introduction. Comparatives. Let's begin with comparatives. When you learn about comparatives, you are usually taught to compare 2 subjects or 2 objects. Here's an example that compares 2 subjects. She speaks English better than her brother does. Notice that the second subject, her brother, comes after the comparative word then, and the auxiliary verb, in this case thus, comes at the end of the statement. But we can also use inversion to compare 2 subjects. When we do this, the auxiliary verb thus comes after the word then. Here's how it should sound with the example. She speaks English better than does her brother. It sounds strange, but that's because it's not something we do in spoken English. Again, inversion is very formal, usually used in a written form, and only appropriate in some types of writing. Comparing 2 subjects using inversion is something you can find in academic writing and on the TOEFL. Listen for the comparison in this reading about lions. Lions roar louder than all wild cats. At 114 decibels, their roar is among the animals' world 10 loudest, and it can be heard from a distance up to 8 kilometers. A lion's volume helps it locate other lions and shows dominance over territory. The inversion appears in this statement. Lions roar louder than all wild cats. Notice again that inversion appears immediately after the comparative word then. The auxiliary verb do follows then and comes before the second subject. Not too difficult. Conditionals. Now let's move to conditionals. When we talk about hypothetical situations, we usually use the word if to show the condition and the modal verb to show the result. These statements are called conditionals. For example, if the package arrives by Friday, I will cancel the second order. But in very formal conditionals, we do things a little differently. We replace the word if with the auxiliary verbs had, should, or were. When we do this, we are putting the auxiliary verb before the subject. You may see formal conditionals on the TOEFL test. You can also use them in an essay, but be sure to use them correctly. You must know which word should, were, or had goes with which type of condition. Listen to a short example on the economy. The first statement uses if in the conditional clause. If the president continues pushing the tariffs, the economy should suffer great losses. Some companies are already shifting jobs overseas. And here's the example again using were and inversion. Were the president to continue pushing the tariffs, the economy could suffer great losses. Notice the example's construction. The words were the present to continue follow the construction auxiliary verb plus subject plus main verb. You may also notice that the main verb to continue is the infinitive. When using were to make a conditional, we use the infinitive form after the subject. In academic writing and on language tests, such as the TOEFL, you may find constructions with there that are a little more complex. So here are two things worth remembering. Verbs other than to be, such as to exist or to come, can be used. But pay attention, the statement may not always begin with there. It may be a part of a subordinate clause. Let's hear an example using the verb to exist. The passage comes from an academic blog at the Vanderbilt University. I see Europa as a surface of water ice over an interior that is heated by tidal heating. Scientists hypothesize that there exists an ocean just beneath the ice surface. It may even be possible that this concealed ocean holds more than double the amount of liquid water in all of Earth's oceans. Listen again to the statement containing there exists. Scientists hypothesize that there exists an ocean just beneath the ice surface. The construction there exists does not begin with the statement. It is part of that clause, the subordinate clause beginning with the word that. But you know that there exists an ocean. It still follows the construction there plus verb plus subject. Wow, that's our time for today. Should you wish to practice inversion, you can try out the practice statements we've provided. This article was written by Alice Bryant. Remember to go to the description. Get links to Canadian companies searching for employees outside of Canada. Now, the difficult words. Difficult words. War, verb, to make the loud sound of a wild animal. Decibel. Noun. A unit for measuring how loud a sound is. Hypothetical. Adjective. Involving or based on a suggested idea or theory. Construction. Noun. The way words in a sentence or phrase are arranged. Subordinate clause. Noun. A clause that cannot stand alone as a complete sentence. Blog. Noun. A website on which someone writes about personal opinions, activities, and experiences. Europa. Noun. A nice moon of the planet Jupiter. Title. Adjective. Rising and fading at regular times. Remember, you can reach us. See how the description. You have links to Canadian companies searching for employees outside of Canada. Also, you have a link for a quiz there. Leave your comment about the quiz. This way I can know what you like and what I can do better to help you. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.